Hey, what's going on? This is Ninja Nick, and today I'm talking about how I ride my Ninja 400. If I were to summarize the way I ride in one word, it would be responsible. I am someone who likes to be as safe as I can out there on the road. I don't ride the bike like I stole it. I like to be respectful of others on the road, and I don't like to weave in and out of traffic because that's dangerous in it of itself. And I also don't like to go super fast either when I'm not supposed to. And I generally obey traffic laws, except for accidentally running those tiny little stop signs in the grocery store, but we all know that those don't even count. I believe my overall mindset of being a safe rider really stems from taking the MSF course about a year ago, because that was my first experience riding a motorcycle and really gaining any sort of knowledge about bikes. That being said, I was never really exposed to improper riding, if you will, uneducated, and my foundation, my base of motorcycle skills was set at the MSF course. And then after taking that MSF course, 2 weeks later, I purchased my Ninja 400, so I was able to use that fresh safety mindset and put it into practice on my motorcycle. And I know my parents were concerned about me getting a bike. They thought it was cool and stuff, but obviously it's pretty much every parent's worry out there about being safe. So that was one thing, was just continuing to ride safe for their own mindset too. And then even adding another layer of safety on top of that was starting my YouTube channel. I like to hold myself of a high standard of posting responsible riding. That is what I'm about. So always having a camera on me forced me to ride safer. Now that we got all the reasons why I'm safe out of the way, let's talk about what safe riding means to me. Ultimately, it means staying alive. Riding a motorcycle comes with many different risks, and I want to use these safety techniques to help minimize those risks so I can keep myself safe and free of injury. I absolutely love my motorcycle and riding, and I want to continue to do that for the rest of my life. Just because I'm trying to be safe doesn't mean it's boring. I love to challenge myself. That's what makes riding so fun, is you set goals for yourself and you work towards them. For example, a goal of mine was to take corners faster. When I first started out, I wouldn't take them that fast because I didn't know how to take them. But now I understand how to take corners because I've been riding for a year now. So I've been able to take those faster by utilizing starting the turn wide, moving towards the apex, and then accelerating out. That's been something that I've really enjoyed working on. I also like to challenge myself on my shifting. I absolutely love to shift at higher RPMs. That's been something that I recently have been doing, and it's a whole lot more enjoyable because that's faster speeds that you're shifting at, and the bike sounds completely different when it's at higher RPMs. One thing that I will admit is I'm a little bit of a show-off, and I'm going to give you 2 examples of times where I show off. The first example I have is downshift rev matching. This is something I absolutely love, and I've gotten pretty good at it since I practice it all the time. It's almost become a second nature at this point. And yes, I am that loud motorcycle on the road coming to a stop, but to me it's music to the ears. I've gotten to the point where I can get it to go down, from 6th gear all the way down to 1st gear, just perfect sequential rev matching, and I absolutely love the sound, and I will do it 100% of the time. So that was example number 1. Number 2 is going to be a little worse because at least one, there's a good reason for it. Number 2 is rev bombing underneath tunnels and underpasses. I am extremely guilty of doing this, just pulling in the clutch and just giving it a whole bunch of throttle. I love the sound of my bike. So anytime I have an opportunity to make it echo, you bet I'm gonna do it. Yeah, that's probably my number one worst habit. Something that I've been noticing too. I actually just went for a ride earlier today. That I ride my motorcycle almost like I'm driving a car. Like I noticed I was at a stoplight today, and I noticed that I could turn right. There's a couple cars in front of me, so I was like, why am I waiting in line? So I just kind of went off on the, not really the shoulder. It was still within the lane, but there's plenty of room, and I just cut in front of all the cars, and I took my right turn, just like that. So that's something I might look into in the future, just because I know I'm gonna have to put my bike away soon here, in a week or so, just because of the weather. But not acting like it's a car, and I think that's due to wanting to ride safe. You know what I'm saying? Because a motorcycle isn't a car, it's a bike. It's so much smaller, and it can fit in those tiny spaces a car can. When I'm riding my motorcycle, I almost feel like a sixth sense. I just have this heightened awareness, and I pay attention to absolutely everything. Even in my peripheral vision, if there's something even so minute, I'll catch it in my vision and notice it. And it's very interesting because going at those speeds, being able to process all that information that fast, like, it's impressive, and I attribute that to my riding style, which, again, to wrap things up, I am a more moderate rider. I love to stay safe, but I also love to challenge myself. That's what makes riding so fun and why I enjoy it so much. There is no better feeling out there than riding a motorcycle. It is such a great experience, and I'm so glad I got into riding about a year ago. It has changed my life tremendously for the better. It has become my number one new hobby, and since getting my motorcycle, I've never looked back. Please subscribe, hit that like button, and leave a comment down below. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.